Welcome to the 52nd graduation ceremony of the Western Circuit Felony Drug Court. It was started by the gentleman depicted in the portrait to my right, Judge Steve C. Jones. And it's probably the most important work that I have done in my almost 30 years as a Superior Court judge. So I'm proud to be a part of this and continue to be a part of it. And I'm proud of our graduates for what you've accomplished. It's a special graduation because we don't have a guest speaker. I know everyone's going to be disappointed about that. It's our largest graduation that we've ever had. We have 6 graduates. We have both quantity and quality of this graduation. And if I were to try to list all of the positive achievements that each of our graduates has made over the course of their time in our program, we'd be here until about midnight. And it'd be kind of like them, certifying the results of the election there in the Capitol. So we'll get moving on that. I want to welcome our special guest, State Court Judge Chuck Auslander is with us. Glad to have you. District Attorney, Ms. Deborah Gonzalez, she's with us. Glad to have you. Shane Sims from PLR. I want to introduce our drug court team. You can hold your applause until I've gone through the entire team. Paige Otwell, Assistant District Attorney. We have Kelly McCormick, Senior Clinical Case Manager. We have Sarah Head, one of our counselors. We have Paige McKinney, one of our counselors, right there. We have Will Barn, our clinical lead counselor. We have Officer Ty Fulcher of the Athens Clark County Probation Department. We have Kaylee Craven of the Department of Community Supervision. We have John Donnelly, our public defender, chief public defender. Is John here yet? Okay. I'll give him a hard time when he shows up. We have John Mia, the Sheriff's Department, who's one of our treasured Sheriff's Department members who's been with us for a long time. We all know him and appreciate the hard work that he does. And last but not least, we have our program coordinator, Miss Nicole Cavanaugh. So let's give them a graduates, Bennett Scallon, is right over there. So he's appearing the miracle of whatever that is, internet, the Zoom. So our first graduate, I want you to come forward, Jason Taylor. Come on up and have a seat. Your honor. Glad to see you. So the worst thing about wearing masks is you can't see the smile because Jason Taylor, if you know him, his smile is enough to light up the night, and so it looks like you're smiling. There you go. That right there, he's just got such a great attitude. He started with us April the 15th, 2019, so pretty close to 2 years ago. Since then, he's completed 178 community support meetings, 186 group meetings, and taken at least 179 drug screens, at least. To say that he's changed since he came into the program would truly be an understatement. It's amazing all the hard work that he's done. We've had the privilege to watch his attitude shift. He began to trust other people and recognize for himself that he is capable of great achievements. During the time of the program, Jason graduated from Acceptance Recovery Center. He got his driver's license. He got a great job. He got engaged to be married and had not one but 2 children since he's been in the program. So we hope you'll stay connected with us. We hope that you will share the secret of your success with all of our participants and our future participants, and we're so very thankful that you came our way. We appreciate everything you've done, and congratulations.
congratulations on this amazing milestone in your life. I remember when you first came into this program and you had so much doubt about whether or not you could get here. But you never gave up. Challenge after challenge came and you kept working and you kept trying to find solutions. You remained committed to this journey. And more importantly, your family. And because of it, you've been able to take your family from homelessness to having a place to live. You've gone from not having a relationship with your children to being the father they have needed and wanted. And you've added 2 new members to your family. All of this is because you kept focused and you were determined to make a change to be the man you knew they saw you as. I'm very proud of you and what you have accomplished. Keep staying focused, keep working hard, and keep reaching out for help, remembering that you never have to do this alone. Congratulations.
Just wondering why you do that on video when you're sitting here. I understand. So, Jason, present you with your diploma. I present you with a University of Georgia pen and some letters that you need to read from some very important people that are just to you, and a gift card from all these restaurants that you like to go to. Congratulations for that. And I think Paige Otto has something for you.
I do, Your Honor. Your Honor.
Okay.
And Your Honor, Jason actually came into drug court on 2 cases. And so we submitted a dismissal to the judge, and he signed off on those, and I filed for you. So there's dismissals of both of your cases.
More good news for you. Thanks to Judge Auslander. You're going to continue on probation with your state court case, but you're going to be on unsupervised status. And Judge Auslander wrote, you mind me reading what you wrote on this modification? Congratulations. And your efforts have impressed and inspired me and many others. Keep up the great work. Officer Ty Folger, Judge Charles Auslander. So congratulations. So it's your turn now to give your remarks.
I used to be nervous when I got up here, but like when I first came in the program, I was confused. I was trying to find loopholes, and to be honest with you, I failed a drug test when I first got in, so I was still trying to get high and play around. I was smoking synthetic THC, and I also had done a couple of opiates, which I don't know why I didn't show up, but I went ahead and told about that as well. But, you know, after I got sent back to that jail in 5 days, but before I left, Will said, don't get in there and say that you because that is that word she said. But when I got in there them 5 days and I went back in there with the same people I had just left out the door with, and they told me I wasn't going to make it made me feel so bad. So when I came back out, I came out more focused. I knew what I had to do to get a lot of people, my kids were taken by defects. I was neglecting my older kids, and I always wanted to make my mom proud. But my mom told me, son, don't make me proud, make yourself proud. And like I went to the divergence to the me Orlando, came through the process all like from the jail, from trustee to the diversion center to everything. We done everything together to this day. And I done good in diversion, and they told me I could get out on my 4-month mark. Here comes the twist. Like Cole told me I had to go to ARC. I really didn't want to go. I promise you. I've done everything I possibly could. I went to Shane. I told Shane, look, I need to find a place before I wanted to go to the ARC. Fast as possible. Shane told me, look, Jay, you just gotta be patient and trust the process. I didn't understand him at first. I kept going back And I was like, Shane, I'm still stressing. I want to get a place. He's telling me the same thing. Trust the process. So eventually I just started accepting a lot of things. Like, okay, I'm ready to go to ARC. I'm gonna go to ARC. You know, when I first got to ARC, I really wasn't talking to them like that because, like I told Steve, I didn't trust nobody there. I just started, you know, communicating with drug court, you know, so I was like, I told Steve, I already communicated with my drug court team, so I don't trust nobody here right now. But eventually I came around with them and started trusting them, and there's a lot of people that showed that they had concern about my well-being because they knew I had a lot on my plate. I completed a lot of classes for ARC. I completed a lot of classes for drug court. I completed a lot of classes for DFACS. And I also was a person that showed hope for my kid's mom because she was out there in an active addiction as well. And I thought I was gonna have to leave her, and I thought we was gonna separate, but she came on through with the push from me. She started coming around the PLR with met Shane, so I knew I had got to her a little bit. Rhea put her in family treatment court, and she had some ups and downs and stuff, but like I told her, like when I first started my journey, I was the same way, so don't give up. So I really became a person that I wanted to be. I always pretended to be a person. I know y'all tired of hearing what other people wanted me to be. I wanted to be accepted. I'm not the type that like to fight. I'm not the type that wanted to be in the streets. I never wanted to be a street person, but that's all I knew. When I did go to the streets, I was looking for a father, something I never had. My mom was my father and my mom and my best friend, and she still is today. And Will, just like you and Shane, y'all are two of the biggest people that really helped me do this. And I tell you this all the time, because I always can come talk to you, and you always tell me the right things to always make me feel good. And I know sometimes I used to do things that probably might make you upset or curious about whether I was serious about this recovery thing. It wasn't that I tried to do that, and I always felt bad and ashamed to even let you know I was messing up. And I want to thank you for all you did, and I appreciate it. Shane, I also appreciate you too, and Paige, and Kelly, and Nicole, and Sarah, and everybody over here. I asked Meehan about this program before I chose to do this program. He said, "Oh yes, it's a strict program, but if you work it, you'll be a better man when you finish it." I said, "Well, I'm gonna go for it," and I wrote Nicole, I wrote Paige, I wrote my legal aid, and I wrote. And like, so I chose this, but they chose me as well, and I thank y'all for that. Hey, Betty.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and I thank you too, Judge. Absolutely. Because when I told you I had so many kids, and I told you that I wanted to do this drug court program, you told me I can do anything I put my mind to. And I'm here today, and I can't believe that I made it. And it's just amazing that I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I did it. And I'm proud of myself, and I love myself, and I will not give up on myself. And anytime I need any help from anyone, I will call y'all, because I done came a long ways. I'm not that same little, I'm not that same little street boy who didn't have no goals. I became a man with goals, and I'm gonna keep setting goals until I complete. And it just be happy with everybody, you know, and make others happy around me. Like I told Nicole the other day, one of my small goals I got going right now is to stay on the job long enough to get a vacation. I thank you guys. I love you guys, and y'all are my family. Y'all not just people I deal with through a program. So I will be calling you. I will be calling y'all. So don't look like, oh, what Mr. Taylor wants. No, it's not what Mr. Taylor wants. Mr. Taylor might have some questions, some problems, because I know they're coming. And it's been rough with the new baby in the house. But I'm staying strong. And Rhea, she's reaching out. I hate to say this, but just to be honest, I didn't agree with Rhea at first, but she's a good person, and she really helped us. And I thank y'all. Thank you.
Well, I hope you do get that vacation, but you know you can never take a vacation from recovery, and I know you know that. But I want to say this, and I think every single person in this room would agree with me. Your children are lucky to have a man like you as their father. I really mean that. So, congratulations. All right. All right, Bennett Scallon is our next graduate. A little bitty head on that little bitty machine over there. We're glad that you're able to participate. Can you see us and hear us? I hope so, because I'm getting ready to say some nice things about it. Ben entered our program on May 11th, 2018. He's completed 269 community support meetings, 264 groups, been taking at least 230 drug screens. We've had the opportunity to watch him grow into a phenomenal human being. He's been a leader in this program, just like Jason has been, and a leader in the community. He's gone from somebody who one day in this courtroom said, "Hey, Judge, can I ask you some legal advice after this meeting?" and to somebody who people come to ask advice from. So you remember that. And my advice was, no, you can't. There you go. During this time in the program, he's completed an inpatient rehabilitation program. He's participated in the Palm House program, and he got married right here in this very room. And it was my honor to officiate on your wedding, it was a great thrill. And like Jason, he's had 2 children since he's been in the program. So must be something in the water. But Bennett will soon start a job with an inpatient rehab center, and he'll be facilitating a group at the Spare's Nest entitled Breaking the Cycle. He's also going back to school to learn how to counsel those who are trying to overcome addiction. So we're proud of you, Bennett, and we appreciate all of your efforts, and congratulations on your graduation. I understand that Officer Fulcher has already brought you your diploma and the UGA pen and your gift cards. I think you have mutated yourself, as they say. Have you muted yourself, or is this coming from us?
I have to turn them down low, there's an echo.
Oh. So, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I do.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got a lot I can say. Seeing where I was at before this started, if I was to sit in my shoes before, I really could never have imagined that my life is where it's at now. And I was really just hopeless with life, and I think going through everything that I have within this program, I think that some of the biggest things that I learned in this program has been from mistakes that I've made while in it. And I had a wonderful counselor to help me through that, and that was probably one of the main things that was able to help me. Was when I made mistakes, I was able to sit down and look at it, and Miss Sarah would walk me through it and help me look at it so we could figure out the root of the problem and solve that problem, or at least, work on it. And I don't know.
But she's got
I'm
some
on
things she
spot
wants
now,
to
so-
say to you. Before you finish, I want you to see what she's got to say about you. Okay? I want you to see what she's got to say about you on video before you finish, because you said some nice things about her, and I think she's got some things to say about you. We're going to do that right now. I was supposed to do that before I let you talk. So. Sorry about that.
Bennett, you're graduating. Finally. When I think of you, Ben, I think sometimes I forget how young you are because of how seriously you take your responsibilities, your faith, and of course your family. I know that you're young and even silly and playful at times, but I think that you have a wise soul. You entered drug court with a head full of chaotic thoughts and impulsive actions. But I think everybody would say that a moral compass has always been your guide, a strong moral compass. We've all been privileged to witness you grow in your recovery, and I would say your spirituality as well, as you have transformed and evolved from scared and alone to someone who is confident and has a strong network of people, and someone who is willing to make service in helping others his life. I could not be more proud of you, and I am so excited for where your journey is going to take you next. As you enter into this phase of your life with a new wife and another beautiful child, headed back to school to start a career that is meaningful and fulfilling to you. And P.S., thank you again for allowing us to be a part of that precious day when you got married to Emily. Take care of yourself, and please don't be a stranger.
And now, Paige Otwell from the District Attorney's Office got something of some interest that might be of some interest to you.
Hey, Bennett, here's your dismissal, so we'll get that to you, okay? But this-
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
It's a real thing. You're going to get it. We'll mail it to you.
Congratulations.
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 Thanks.
So I wanted to let you finish your remarks now.
Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, go ahead. I wanted to give you a chance to finish your remarks.
Oh, okay.
Since I interrupted
Yeah, basically, everybody that has worked in this drug court has made a huge impact on my life, and I think that this is one of the single most important things that I could have done, that I have done in my life. Because without this program, I don't know where I'd be at right now. And, well, I probably do know where I'd be at. It wouldn't be nice. So, I just want to thank everybody in the treatment team. You know that, I just want y'all to know that y'all have all made a huge impact on my life, and I really appreciate everything that y'all do, and it means a whole lot. And I just want to say something for the participants that are still in the program. Just the main thing that I did was I just had to learn to start listening to those around me, to my counselor, to Nicole, to everybody, because all these people that work in this program have our best interest in mind. And if you just take your time and listen and really put your heart into it, that it can really transform your life. I just thank y'all and appreciate it.
Thank you, Ben. Congratulations. I wish you could be here with us, but you're bound for great things, and thanks for those remarks. All right, appreciate it. Our next graduate, Michael Gooch. Come on. I'm doing fine. We call him just plain old Gooch. So if you don't mind me calling you Gooch, I'll call you Gooch. Even if you do mind, I'm still going to call you Gooch. I'd like to call you Gooch. Gooch entered in this program October the 25th of 2018. He has completed 367 community support meetings, 224 groups, and taken at least 267 drug screens. Gooch's first phases of the program can best be described as rough. When he began the program, he represented himself as somebody who had it all together, but now he really is somebody who has it all together, and I think he would agree with that 100%. He is the third person to graduate after being placed on an accountability support plan, which we used to call it a behavioral contract, but it's equivalent to the last straw contract. But he really did well on that contract, and he did every single thing that he was supposed to do on his accountability support plan. And here he is graduating, so it can be done. And once he learned to trust us, he really started to thrive. It's really been wonderful to watch this transformation from somebody who didn't really have a plan, didn't really know what his future was going to be, to somebody who's got a great job. He's got his own apartment. He shares it with his supportive girlfriend, Elizabeth. He's set to earn his GED in the near future. And Gooch, we hope you'll stay active in the alumni group and that you'll continue to be a leader in recovery here in this community. And now, Kelly McCormick, on video, I'd like to say some things about Gooch.
Gooch. In this program, you struggled at first. It was a challenge for you to be vulnerable and trust the drug court staff, and it was even more difficult for you to be honest and trust yourself. You had an image of who you wanted to be, a leader who was respected and was an example of success for others. You were trying to be that person without understanding what it truly meant and without understanding the work that it took to become that. At one point, while you were in the program, you were faced with the option of giving up. It was in this moment that you didn't see the greatness and the potential that you had to be successful. Thankfully, in the midst of that ambivalence and confusion, you realized who you didn't want to be and decided to keep trying and working in the program. From that moment on, you never looked back. There was a new determination in your eyes, a new dedication to recovery, an honesty in your communication, and a new vulnerability in your therapy sessions. And here we are now, at this miraculous moment. Part of your beauty is the humility that comes with your character and success. You may see tremendous growth in yourself, but I don't think you truly know how others see you. To give you a glimpse, when drug court had the superlative activity last summer, you were nominated by your peers for 6 out of the 8 categories, one of the highest nominations that we had. You were nominated for Best All Around, Court Clown, Life of Recovery, Most Changed, Most Unforgettable, and Most Likely to Brighten Someone's Day. What this says about you is that you are well-rounded, you make people laugh, you are focused, determined, unique, and you care for others is evident in how you treat them. When you looked inwards and started focusing on your healing, a miracle occurred. You became the leader and the person that you'd always wanted to be. You learned how to trust us staff, but more importantly, you learned how to trust yourself. You can graduate from this program knowing that you are loved and cherished by your peers, by us, and by you. You have put in so much hard work, and you are ready to move forward. I think that you are one of the most hardest working participants that we've had. It has been one of the highest honors of my life to be your therapist, your case manager. We're always here to support you, should you need it, but I think you'll be fine. Congratulations on this huge accomplishment.
So I'm honored to give you your diploma, your PlayStation gift card. Trade it in for a kayak if you want. Your Georgia pen, courtesy of the University of Georgia Athletic Association, Go Dogs. And then some letters from some people that really care about you, you can read privately. So now you, oh, yes, and I think we have a letter from the district attorney's office.
We do, Your
You
Honor.
might like to have.
Dismissal of your charges.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations.
Judge, you have the floor now.
Pardon me, y'all, I've got something in my eyes. I'm gonna kind of steal what Jason said at the beginning and change it a little bit. When I first started coming up here, I was very nervous, and to this day, I'm still very nervous. But it's been a very rocky journey, especially the first year that I was in the program. I had trouble trusting the staff. I had trouble trusting the other participants, the ones that I didn't know. The ones that I did know, I mistrusted even less. But as time has gone on, some of them have come to be closer to me than my own family. There's some that were here when I started the program that are graduating with me today, like Bennett. He's one of the ones that's like a brother to me now. There's some who have graduated before me, and there are some who are still going through the program, and some that couldn't make it. But sorry, I lost train of thought. I'm so nervous. I'm just gonna give a gist. The biggest thing that got me through this program was staying teachable. I actually sat down with Shane one day when I got first put on my behavior contract. My sponsor and I and Shane sat down. This is the day I met him, and we sat down and we realized that that's what I needed to do. Was, you know, even when I didn't know what I wanted to do, like she spoke about, I didn't know if I wanted to do this. I didn't know if I could do this. I needed to just listen to those that could help me find the way, and I did, and it got me here today.
Whether you doubted yourself at the beginning, we never doubted you for a second, and we knew you'd be successful, and just keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
All right, good to see you. All right, our next graduate, Nikos Aralavides, if you'll come forward, please. I thought you got class clown one time, maybe you didn't.
Don't forget about us.
Yeah, well, Austin Marshall he's gonna have to take up the mantle now. That's right. Nikos entered our felony drug court program on March the 19th of 2019. Since then, he's completed 178 community support meetings, 206 group meetings, and taken at least 225 drug screens. He'll go down in history as one of our quirkiest participants, and I say that in a positive way. Unique. It was your unique brand of humor is what really helped endear you to all of us, and helped you to cope with the stressors of this program, I think. And that certainly speaks well of you. You started the program knowing that things weren't working for you right then, at that point when you started, and you weren't totally sure you wanted to do everything drug court's way. But today you're ready and eager to take on any challenge, and you've remained teachable, as we've all noticed as you have progressed through the program. He's maintained his full-time status as a student at the University of Georgia throughout the whole time that he's been in the program, and he's taken some extremely difficult classes like calculus, I believe, and some other hard classes, and has aced all of those classes. And your grade point average is what, 4 point something? 4.4, which is pretty good out of a 4.4. So Nikos has set his sights on continuing his education, and also is interested in going abroad, I believe, this upcoming May. So that's a great opportunity. So we couldn't possibly be prouder of what you've accomplished, and I hope you remember all the little people like us as you continue to achieve great things. And now Sarah Head is going to say a few words on video.
Nikos, I have a feeling that when you enrolled at the University of Georgia, you did not foresee that you would spend the last 2 years of your time there in drug court. But I have to say, I admire the way that you have made the most of it. You have accepted and embraced it. Because of that, I have seen you mature a great deal. You have learned to go head first into uncomfortable conversations and how to slow down and make wise decisions. I believe you have probably become extremely mindful of speed limits as well. And you've always found lighthearted and good-natured ways to make us all laugh. And you know, we all need to laugh sometimes, especially in recovery. My hope for you is that you continue on this path of growth and self-discovery with the same openness to change that has served you well during your time in drug court. So proud of you, Nikos.
Nikos, I'm happy to give you your diploma. So you graduated from the program, your University of Georgia. Pen, a $25 GameStop gift card. Some greeting cards from some special people that you can read later. So you now can impress us with your intellect and your oratory, and tell us whatever you want to tell us.
Judge, may I give this?
Hey. Oh. The district attorney, Deborah Gonzalez. ladies and gentlemen.
I have to tell you, I'm so honored and proud of you, but honored because you are the first graduate that I get to give this dismissal to of many, many people. So Nikos, so proud of everything that you've done.
All right.
Hello, everybody. Hello, virtual attendants, virtual drug court members. Sorry you couldn't be here today. Yes. Okay, yes, I have a mask on. Okay, so, you know, Sarah was right. Sarah was right. You know, this isn't how I planned my 2 years, really. Coming into college over here in Athens, I didn't plan it to start going to the courthouse every other week. I didn't think some of the closest friends I made be people 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That's what happened. Met some people, I got close to some people I thought maybe science lab, but in the drug lab, I got real close. Maybe when I thought I was going to Athens, I thought, okay, yeah, might show my little Johnson around sometime. But to that group of guys all the time, yeah, that was unexpected. You know, beyond that, it's like this has been a good program to be in, a great learning experience that I wouldn't have gotten in regular classes. Like I needed it for myself, so it's great. I'm happy my family couldn't come today. It's great that everyone's here. I'm happy for the people I met, people at home, people in recovery programs, people I worked with, and people in the program. All of my counselors, so I'm happy I stand here today and just keep moving.
Congratulations again, and continue to excel in your academic and in your chosen profession. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, Bill.
All right, Alicia Derrickson, come around, please. How are you? Good, have a seat there, please. Alicia Derrickson, she entered our felony drug court on April the 15th, 2019. She's completed 166 community support meetings, 156 groups, and taken at least 219 drug screens. I know she can't wait to get up here and speak because she loves speaking in front of large groups. But no, she has started out a program unsure if it would truly benefit her, but she's ending it today after taking advantage of every single therapeutic intervention that this program offers. She has engaged in several different individual treatments, as well as prioritizing her family life by going to couples and family therapy. When Alicia's boyfriend wanted to surprise her with a proposal and a weekend getaway, he was comfortable talking to felony drug court to get permission in advance. And today, her fiance, Billy, who I coached in Little League, remember? See, you knew that someday your coach would do something for you, and here she is. Her fiance, Billy, and daughter, Ayla, are here to support her. So you've made remarkable progress. We're so proud of you. And Paige McKean would like to say some things about you on video.
Hey Alicia, I wish you could see yourself as I see you. You have a quiet beauty and compassion for others that is remarkable. I know that today must be so difficult for you because the last thing that you want is attention. But today is your day and you deserve it. Although you were in class with me for a long time, we first began working together last January. And I knew you then as someone who had so many fears, and most of them involved saying and knowing how you really felt. I saw someone who was paralyzed with both doubt and inactivity, but I also saw someone who wanted life to be different. I remember us coming up with a plan for you to do different things daily and on the weekends, and slowly I saw things starting to get better. The first thing that had to go was all of that negative self-talk. So each week we made a long list of all the things that took up space in your mind. And you were so brave as you shared things that I know you didn't want to acknowledge, much less talk to a stranger about. Because, you know, who would want to talk and share their innermost doubts and fears? But as we dismantled them and discussed where they came from, I really began to get a sense of who you were and all of the things that made you uniquely who you were. I remember asking you, what's the worst thing that could happen if we work on this? And you said, it could get worse. And then I asked, what's the best thing that could happen? And you said, I could get better, and I want to get better. You set the pace, and you worked steadily to address the problem. And I found moments of insight that were so compelling. You know, so many times we think to ourselves, when I look better, or when I get this fixed, I'm going to have more confidence. But that doesn't happen, does it? Because our confidence doesn't just come from our outward appearance. We have to change our thoughts and beliefs about ourselves before the way that we feel about ourselves can change. You thought that when you look better, you would start speaking up more in groups, but that didn't happen. That insight about yourself is what really began to shift things in therapy. Although it was hard for you to share in groups, you really tried. Change is hard, and it takes time, and I hope you will keep changing the way that you share and relate to other people, because you have so much to offer. Most of the change that I saw was in how you treated yourself. Your self-talk became more positive. You were able to recognize it as it was happening, and you challenged it, and you became a better mom. You were able to set healthy boundaries with your daughter for the first time. You learned to say no. You got engaged to someone who loves you and is able to see your inner and outer beauty. And I know that drug court has been a challenging process for you, but you not only made it through, you came out much stronger on the other side. So, you know, that quote that hangs in my office by F. Scott Fitzgerald is one of my favorites because it applies to most of the clients that come through my doors. But I really want you to remember it. You applied it once and you can always apply it again. I know that I've applied it several times in my life. For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You can change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see things that startle you. I hope you feel things you've never felt before. I hope you meet people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start over again. Alicia, I'm proud of you for having the courage to start again. I hope that you're successful in the next chapter of your life. And remember how beautiful you are. And continue to challenge the inner critic that tells you otherwise. Congratulations.
All right, Alicia, here's your diploma. Congratulations. University of Georgia earrings. How about that? Nico's the same. Wait a minute. What? Target gift card and some greeting cards for the special people. And you know, part of being in drug court and part of recovery is getting out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to ask you to step out of your comfort zone for a second and just make some remarks.
I'm gonna make it short and sweet, but, I want to thank everybody. You guys are changing lives, and thank you for changing mine. So thank you very much.
All right. Congratulations, and don't be a stranger, because we want you to participate in our recovery allies, and hope that you'll continue to be a good example for the other participants who are still coming through our program. All right, thank you. All right, for our last graduate, you know, anybody can graduate from this program once. But it takes a special person to graduate from this program twice. And so, Orlando Bennett, come on. And I was just kidding about anybody being able to graduate once, because you know, all your graduates know what a challenge it was, and you all are certainly have done a great job getting through the program. So, but Orlando entered into the felony drug court program for the second time on April the 15th, 2019, after a real tough relapse. He completed 140 community support meetings, 52 groups, and taken at least 200 drug screens. He learned a lot from his first time in felony drug court, but he truly learned what he was capable of doing this second time around, and we celebrate the rare feat of a second graduation. We would say that we'll miss you, but we fully expect you to stay connected and continue to mentor others in this program like you have done. And now, Paige McKean on video.
Hey Orlando. Well, the big day is finally here, and I don't have to ask if you're ready because we've been planning for it since the day you came back into drug court. I know you're ready. We've been on this journey together now for over 3 years. I still remember the day that we sat down together after your relapse led you back into our doors. You were humble, somewhat broken, and you were ready for change. I remember us talking about completely rebuilding the foundation of your recovery and doing everything different from your previous time in drug court. and you've done just that. You came into this program the first time, and you did an admirable job. This second time, you've been remarkable. So many participants who start this program have to wait in jail to come into drug court, and they are so impatient, but not Orlando. Despite having to wait weeks, you never lost faith that we were coming for you, and you were grateful for the opportunity to complete this program again. You didn't call Nicole and complain that things were delayed. You just waited patiently for the system to work itself out. When you finally did enter the program, you started out at the diversion center with no complaints. When everyone else was trying their best to get out of the diversion center, you were just thankful to be out of jail. You bought a bike and you rode it everywhere. I never heard you say a word about not having a car or losing any of your stuff. You practiced acceptance at a truly admirable level. And they loved you at the diversion center. So much so that they allowed you to stay longer when we asked if you could build a little more savings before you had to go. And then the hard part began, right? Finding housing that you could afford. Good thing you have an aunt that never gave up on you. Living with her was great, and you got comfortable until I told you that you had to find a place of your own. This is where some of the life lessons really started kicking in. You almost got burned with a roommate because you wanted things quickly, and you were willing to overlook some flaws and some red flags. The old Orlando was impatient. The new Orlando had to learn to be a little bit more patient. And that patience paid off in a beautiful apartment that anyone would envy. The best part is that you have no roommates and a place to call your own. I watched as you worked your recovery plan every day. You grew your network, you focused on codependency, and you set high standards for yourself and decided what kind of relationships you would have in your life. You literally transformed every area of your life. You bought a nice car, you got a great job, your credit score soared, you paid off old debts, you were able to financially and emotionally support your kids, your mom and grandkids in a way you never had before, and you were finally able to meet someone who was ready to be in a healthy relationship. Watching you give back to the community and be a leader in this program has reaffirmed that having an alumni track for graduates who relapse is the best thing, not only for our participants, but for our community at large. I am confident that you have learned what you need to be successful when you leave here today, because you've been practicing it the entire time that you've been in drug court. You know I love quotes. We've talked about lots of quotes during our counseling sessions. And I'm going to summarize some of the things that we've talked about over the last 3 years with a few of my favorite quotes. I think this may be helpful for some of the other graduates as well. 1, fall 7 times, stand up 8. Confucius said that. 2, failure is the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. Henry Ford. 3, don't downgrade your dream just to fit your reality. Upgrade your conviction to match your destiny. 4, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. George Bernard Shaw. 5, when you start seeing your worth, you'll find it harder to stay around people who don't. 6, never apologize for having high standards. People who really want to be in your life will rise up to meet them. 7, one of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you can't change. So remember step 3 of MRT. If you're doing all you can, then why are you worried about it? If it's outside your control, then why are you worried about it? 8, you are free to choose, but you are not free from the consequences of your choice. So remember to choose wisely. 9, I am strong because I've been weak. I am fearless because I've been afraid. I am wise because I've been foolish. And finally, number 10, I'm gonna leave you with a challenge, one I often give myself. What would you do if you weren't afraid? What dream would you chase? Don't call it a dream, call it a plan and go after it. You are the reason that we have drug courts, Orlando. You are a success. You are capable of anything you set your mind to, and working with you has truly been one of the most satisfying work experiences of my life. I have loved being a small part of your recovery. I fully expect you to get that bachelor degree from the University of Georgia, and you know where my office is, so I hope I will be getting an invitation to your commencement in the future. I will even wear red and black for you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Orlando. You are so welcome. I'm happy to give it to you.
Am I supposed to give him these flowers? Oh, that's decoration. I'm proud to give you your diploma, your UGA pen, which I know you'll wear proudly, your Target gift card, and some notes for special people that care a lot about you. You know, it's amazing how you rebuilt your life brick by brick. And I'm not talking about your basketball shot, I'm going to use the term brick. But you know, you have been the face of this program in our community. And you're going to continue to do that because we point to you and we say this is a success story. And so we wish you all the best and looking forward to your remarks. And you have the floor. Can y'all see him? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like you always said, like Judge Stevens said, when this is my second go round, and I remember when I got arrested, and I was just totally lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I was going to prison. I knew I was going to prison. I screwed up my life. I was thinking my family was going to hate me. Everybody's going to hate me. And then I got the opportunity to come back in the drug court. And when I got back in here, and I was thinking the other day, what would I say at my graduation? And I came to the conclusion that the past 2 years of my life, each one of you guys have got a moment that stuck with me. So just bear with me and let me tell you, Judge Stevens, he loved giving out quotes. He is a quote master. And this stuck with me, Judge Stevens, and I always had a problem of thinking that I wasted so much time when I was in addiction with my kids, with my family. They're 18 and 14 now. But you always said there's a reason why you have a rearview mirror in your windshield. And there's a reason why they're the size they are, because your windshield, you see your future is so much in front of you. My rearview mirror, it reminds me of what's behind me, but I'm not looking back. So that always stick with me. I'll use that. Sarah, she was my first counselor when I came in. I was in an unusual position. I had two counselors. That's how intensely they would put me through. But Sarah, I remember our talks, and a big thing that has stuck with me here lately, and even though I don't come to class as often as I need to, or I'm not required, but I still love the DBT class, the wise mind, that stuck with me. The wise mind. And I use it at work, whether or not, because that's my supervisor, Ms. Betty, also my second mother. But some things I have to do at work, and I just say, okay, calm down, wise mind. And it's all good. It's all good. Will, kind of solutions, the wolf. I learned before I relapsed, I let that wolf creep back into my mind. And I didn't control it. And it's a little inside thing that me and Will have. This is song. Ain't no halfway. And Will said, Orlando, it's a hip hop song. And I ain't know, but it's like you're all in or you're all out. There ain't no halfway straddling the line. And I see when I went all the way in, Will, my recovery, I see how my life has changed. I see how I'm back to my children's life. My mother, just my whole life is, and my purpose is so much more strong now. So I thank you for that. I truly do. That brings you to this. You remember when I walked into your office, and I remember because before COVID hit, you kept telling me, Orlando, what are you doing for a good sober activity? I'm like, I'm fine, I'm going to work, I'm on my recovery. She said, no, you go to the movies, what? So she said, you need to get a good sober activity. So I thought about it for a couple of weeks. I remember telling my mom that I want to get a dirt bike. She said, a dirt bike.
Dirt bike, oh, I thought you said a bird.
No. And my mom said, you're a middle-aged man, what are you going with a dirt bike? I'm like, Mom, I just want one because I haven't had one since high school. And she's like, all right, get out of her stuff. And I thought, okay, maybe I should. I'm like, well, I'm just going to ask Kelly to get one. And she didn't, and she like, that sounds fun, that sounds good. And she said, okay, I gotta run it up the ladder. And I'm thinking, okay, it's gonna be 2 or 3 weeks. I ain't gonna hear nothing. I mean, before I was back in that car in my car, she said, you good to go? I was like, I was so excited. I was like a kid at Christmas. I got my dirt bike, and I've got a few bruises. I realized I am a middle-aged man. But thank you so much. Because when I get to go home and I see my mom, and now it's like the first time she went, you gonna ride your dirt bike today? I'm like, it's a little too cold. But she knows that I'm down there and I'm doing something. I get to ride my grandchildren around. I get to ride the kids in the neighborhood on it, and we just have a lot of fun. It is so fun. Can't ride like I was when I was 18, but still, I'm just a little slower. So. But thank you so much for that. And now to Miss Nicole. Y'all don't understand. This lady, she's more than a coordinator. She's like a big sister, a mother, but you don't want to see the mean side of the prison. Just put it like that, because she will keep you straight. But, and Nicole didn't tell me this. I found this out from somebody else. When I got arrested on the day, back in December, I think it was 2 years ago, I was sitting in this courtroom in the jail cell by myself, and I was slumped over, and a hand came through and tapped me on the shoulder. The first thing I looked up, I saw Nicole, and I was so ashamed because I felt like I had let her down. Nicole didn't get mad or anything. I truly thought she was going to cuss me out, but she didn't. She smiled. She said, "Randy, we love you, and we're going to help you get through this." So that's not the end of the story. That morning, and I love you so much for this, Nicole. Her grandfather had passed away, y'all. And she came and saw me. If your grandfather's like my grandfather, he'll be proud of you because he knows that's what I think that's probably what he raised. That shows, and it reminds me of my grandfather. And I love you so much for that, Nicole. I had just got arrested, but when I saw that face, somebody who was willing to help me, and that changed my life. What even changed my life remarkable more than that is I knew Nicole and everybody else cared about me, because when I found out about 6 months later, I was like, what? She came and saw me when her grandfather had just died, and she wasn't with her family? Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you so much. Anything that you ever need from me, I don't care. You call, I'm there. Okay. A couple other people I want to thank before I go any further. I want to thank my other mother and my supervisor, Miss Betty Bernard from Bix's Bakery. I always tell you like Nicole and Nicole like you because they don't play. She will keep me. She's definitely always on. Orlando, get out of my office. But you know what? When I walked in to Benson's Bakery and I was nervous about telling her the program I was in, she was like, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, I'm fine. And she has, whenever I got to go to a meeting, if I got to take a drug test, if I go do a virtual meeting, like that day when I need to attend, Betty said go. She never ever questions. And plus, she also gave me 2 raises, and I think that's why I thank you for that. I also want to thank Raven and her husband, Dedrick DeVos, out in Texas, my mother, my auntie Virginia, my aunt Lula. There's so many people that helped me get here and helped me when I was on my journey. And last but not least, Paige. Y'all, this woman also, all these women in my life, when I came in, she told me, you're gonna do what I say, how I say it, when I say it, and you're not gonna have a relationship, you're not gonna date anybody, don't even think about going and talking to any females, no women. I was like, okay. And she said, we're gonna do everything different this time. She said, I'm gonna have you read and doing homework assignments, you be reading books, and sure enough, I did. And I remember she made, and we talked about this, my 10 goals. When I first went back in, she said, write them down. And just like she said earlier about straightening out my credit, paying off old debts, getting an apartment, getting a bike, getting a car, you know. And I was like, well, maybe she sees something I don't, because I don't see this happening. But she showed me the way to do it. She showed me how to prepare myself. She showed me how to work on my goals. She showed me how to work on my recovery. To put it first, and that's the most important thing. And I want everybody to understand. Without my recovery first, none of this would be possible because I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here without a strong recovery, a strong network, and she preaches that. A network, stay connected. And if you're not in recovery or around recovery people, you will hear this once you do. Stay connected, and I'm trying, I will stay connected. Because if I don't, I know where I'll be. I'll be either dead or in prison, and I'm not going that route. Paige, and I remember when you told me about 6 months ago, okay, Orlando, I think it's time for you to start dating again. I'm like, I don't need no woman, I'm fine. You're like, no, you're gonna find somebody who's good for you, and I wanna know who she is and her name. But I did find somebody, Shannon. I love you so much, sweetheart. Thank you for putting up with me for the last 6 months. Paige, I always say, and I truly believe this, if Paige told me to go jump out that window, I trust I will, because she got a bungee cord and something down there to catch me, because everything she has ever told me has come to fruition in my life. Everything she had me to do, I've reached that goal, and I trust everything this woman said. I trust everybody in drug court in my life. Thank you guys. I'm sorry to take up your time, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I want to thank all of the friends and family members of our graduates who are here. If you'll stand and just accept our applause for the support you've given these friends and family members. Prosecutors on one side and defense attorneys. We have police officers and we have treatment providers. We have case managers and we have probation supervisors, and we all work together. We all work together. So the dream of Steve C. Jones that he had when he started his felony drug court was a collaborative effort to where we are saving lives, and that's what felony drug court's all about. And so Jason and Bennett and Nikos and Alicia and Gooch and Orlando, when you go out into the world strong and sure in your recovery, y'all are great ambassadors for our program. And so tell people about the program. Tell them it works. And you're the face of this program, because when they see that you're successful, and when our other participants see how well you have done, they say, if they can do it, I can do it. And you truly are able to inspire and help your fellow man and woman in this struggle. So keep it up. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for being here. We've got cupcakes, socially distanced water and tea. So please congratulate our graduates and thanks once again for being here. Appreciate it.